All right, thanks for watching Balls D 2012 Atlanta Braves preview. Mr. Littlebody's freezing today. It's cold outside, so he has his shirt. It says American Pup. You know, it's funny. I misread it the first time it was purchased for me, and I thought it said Puerto Rican Pup. And he's not Puerto Rican, but that brings us to the Atlanta Braves. This is one of our big upset picks. We don't think the Braves are going to be as good as everyone thinks. Everyone's very high on the Braves. You know, the last couple years they've hung around. They've had a really good chance to win the division in 2010 before the Phillies blew them out of the water in the second half post All-Star break. And then last year the Braves had that huge meltdown, which allowed the Cardinals to sneak in the playoffs, and then the Cardinals just rolled through the playoffs for a month and cheated their way to a World Series title because they got home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which is bullshit. Why is home field decided? I'm sorry, why is home field in the World Series decided because of the All-Star game? Though it's fittingly ironic that C.J. Wilson on the Rangers allowed that home run to Prince Fielder in the All-Star game, which gave the National League the home field for the World Series because C.J. Wilson was on the Rangers. And he stinks in the playoffs, and good riddance to him. He can go down to Anaheim and talk about how much he doesn't drink and doesn't smoke. Thinks he's so cool. Anyhow, me and Mr. Littlebody, we're not so high on the Braves this year. We think the Braves are going to fall off a little bit. They've got some old pitchers, namely Tim Hudson. We think he's going to fall off eventually, probably this year. Jair Jurgen's has overperformed a year or two. Tommy Hanson always gets hurt. We'll see about Brandon Beachy and Mike Minor. They're youngsters. They might be good. Their bullpen's great. Their bullpen is lights out, though there's got to be regression. I mean, they had a couple guys, 2-3 guys with like 1.5 ERAs, like Venters and Kimbrel and Eric O'Flaherty. And there ain't no way that Irishman O'Flaherty is going to have a 1 ERA again. The offense, it's definitely lacking in certain areas. They have a big-time trouble hitting lefties. Their right fielder, Jason Hayward's a lefty. Their catcher, Brian McCann's a lefty. Chipper Jones at third base. Seems about done to me. Dan Uggla, second baseman. You know he's going to hit 35 homers and hit about 250. Their first baseman, another lefty, Freddie Freeman. Center fielder, another lefty, Michael Bourne. Left fielder, Michael Prado. Is a very diverse player. He can play third, and he can play second, and he can play left. I like him. Let's get into Kings, Crumb Bums, and Codgers, the most popular segment on the entire show. Kings, their bullpen, I guess. Really good bullpen, maybe the best in baseball. So the entire bullpen, Kings. I do think they're going to regress, as I said earlier, but I certainly don't think they're bad by any stretch. I think they're still awesome. Crumb Bums. You know, they really don't have any Crumb Bums. Yeah, I mean, maybe their manager. I don't know. Bobby Cox picked him, so I assume he's a good manager, even though I have yet to see it. Codgers, sorry, Chipper Jones needs to hang him up. He's done. He's always hurt, and when he plays, he has very little power left. He's a horrendous defender. He's 40 years old. More power to him for not doing steroids when Bonds and all the others were doing them. Manny. But this guy needs to hang him up. He's about done. We have the Braves in 4th place. We have the Braves at 84 wins. Not that it's impossible they could win 86, 87, 88, but we're going to take the upset pick here and say Braves at 84 wins, balls deep, and Mr. Littlebody.